Greetings, Eagles fans. In today's video, I bring you tons of updates, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This episode is going to excite all Eagles supporters as we dive into the upcoming NFL Draft, which kicks off in just 2 Thursdays, live from Green Bay. We'll be broadcasting live every day of the draft, covering each round and debating every pick. In the final segment of the show, we'll deliver some compelling and valuable insight about the Eagles' draft plans. Definitely something you won't want to miss. To kick things off, I want to throw out a quick poll question. Here are 4 well-known names that have been linked to the Eagles in several draft simulations. These are players that fans are particularly excited about when it comes to the potential 32nd overall pick. If you were in charge of the Eagles' war room, who would you pick at number 32? Type MS for Malachi Starks, JP for James Pierce, MN for Walter Nolan, or MT for Mason Taylor. I'm eager to read your thoughts in the comments as this challenge begins. Let's start with some news from a program partner who tweeted earlier that the Eagles had a pre-draft visit with Malachi Starks, a top 30 player according to a league source. It's believed the Eagles may need to trade up to secure him, but their interest is real. In my opinion, if Philadelphia wants to land Malachi Starks, they'll likely need to move up to somewhere between picks 22 and 27, perhaps even a bit earlier. I simply don't see him slipping to 32. His talent is too clear. With 2 safeties projected to go in the first round, Nick Emmanwori from South Carolina and Malachi Starks from Georgia, there's strong competition at the position. Alongside the tweet, a visual was posted detailing Starks' height, weight, and age. 6 feet tall, 197 pounds, and 21 years old. There are many traits I want to highlight, and I'll also be sharing some of my personal observations about how he lines up on the field. He's capable of lining up anywhere, has a high football IQ, and can play man coverage when needed, with 271 snaps in the nickel. He's ready for the NFL and could be a day 1 starter. I've said it before during our draft coverage over the past few months. Malachi Starks is one of my favorite targets for the Eagles. Let me explain why I'd be thrilled if Philly went with the Georgia safety. First off, he has solid measurables, 6 feet, 197 pounds. He's an agile athlete for the safety position, and that matters, especially with his ability to change direction. At just 21 years old, he's already extremely experienced, with 42 starts in 43 games. His closing speed and control in space stand out, and he's got the intelligence to read and diagnose plays quickly. He shows rare intangibles that would be a great fit in the Eagles' locker room. Even if he doesn't start right away, he's had plenty of experience on special teams during his time at Georgia. His main weakness is that he isn't a heavy hitter as a tackler. However, his instincts and football IQ allow him to get to the ball carrier consistently. With the Eagles needing depth at safety after a recent trade, Starks makes even more sense, especially considering the Georgia-Philly pipeline. He's got star potential and could contribute right away on special teams, making an impact early on. In 2024, Starks played in 14 games, tallying 77 tackles and 4 tackles for loss, which shows he can play close to the line of scrimmage. He also had 4 pass breakups and 1 interception. In coverage, he was targeted 52 times, allowing 34 receptions for 453 yards, a fair amount of explosive plays, reflecting some of Georgia's unusual struggles last season. He gave up 2 touchdowns in coverage. That said, I like the fact that he recorded 4 pass breakups from the safety spot, and the passer rating when targeted was a manageable 97.7. There's a strong track record of performance here, especially when he faced high-level competition. It's true that Georgia's defense struggled at times last year, allowing 2 touchdowns in Starks coverage. But I still appreciate the pass breakup numbers and the 97.7 QB rating allowed. He played an elite level in key games. His standout seasons include 2022, when he had 68 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 9 pass breakups, and 2 picks. In 2023, he added 52 tackles, 10 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions. The 2024 stats might not look perfect on film, but they're still quite impressive. With the right coaching, I believe Starks' potential can be fully unlocked. Now, let's talk about why it's important to stay connected for top-tier conference content. Whenever I'm in front of the camera and microphone talking sports, I strive to be informative, insightful, entertaining, and thought-provoking. It's essential for me that you're part of the discussion. As we approach 120,000 subscribers, let's keep pushing forward into the next segment about the Philadelphia Eagles. We've got exciting updates, including a pre-draft visit from a notable prospect. We'll go deeper into this draft storyline. You won't want to miss it. And let me also mention a fantastic opportunity that makes today's discussion possible. There's an app that offers last-minute tickets at the lowest prices, with access to the best seats available. It's especially useful because prices often drop as events get closer, and there are tons of deals. With this app, you can save up to 60% on sports, comedy, theater, and more. It's easy to buy last-minute tickets using its smart features. You can see all the best deals in one place. And if you let the system pick the seats within a section, you'll save even more. Be sure to use the all-in pricing tool for a better experience, since it shows you the total price up front. No hidden fees. The Seat View feature is incredible, letting you preview what your view will look like before buying. That way, you know exactly what to expect when you arrive, removing any guesswork. Now, let's keep the conversation going with some fascinating draft insights surrounding the Eagles. The team places high importance on pre-draft visits. They're a core piece of their draft strategy. One fascinating fact is that the Eagles won 2 Super Bowls with 2 different head coaches and 2 different quarterbacks, a rare accomplishment. Pre-draft visits are a proven component of their planning. The Eagles also pay close attention to MathBomb's relative athletic scores, RAS, which we frequently include when evaluating prospects. Let's break down the Eagles' pre-draft visits since the current GM resumed duties in 2016. That year, they selected a player who had visited before the draft. In 2017, they took a pass rusher from Tennessee who also had a visit. In 2018, they didn't have a first-rounder due to a trade, an arguably controversial move. In 2019, they skipped a promising offensive tackle and picked someone else from Washington State who didn't pan out and hadn't visited. In 2020, a player who did visit was chosen over a receiver who later shined elsewhere. In 2021, they picked a Heisman-winning wide receiver. Visits weren't allowed that year due to the pandemic. In 2022, a player visited pre-draft and was picked. In 2023, 2 Georgia players who visited were both first-round picks. And in 2024, they got a top cornerback without needing to trade up. He had also visited. So, 7 of the 9 first-round picks since 2016 made pre-draft visits, which is 77%. Looking at the past 2 drafts alone, the Eagles selected 2 first-rounders and 1 third-rounder in 2023, all of whom visited. One selected player didn't visit, but another visitor was chosen. 2 late picks didn't visit, which gave them a total of 4 out of 7 visiting picks that year. In 2024, 3 players taken visited beforehand. In the 4th round, 1 player didn't visit, but 2 others did. That adds up to 5 out of 9 players from that draft class meeting with the team pre-draft. That means 9 out of 10 total picks in the last 2 years had visits. Even more striking, 6 of 7 players taken in the first 2 rounds during this span made visits to Philly. Other teams have likely noticed this trend, and the Eagles have been more discreet about visits this year. Only about 23 or 24 of their top 30 visits are known with just 2 weeks to go. This info comes from a reliable source I found on social media, and I thought it was worth sharing. Also worth mentioning is the significance of the RES, or Relative Athletic Score, which has become a major talking point. A few years back, a system emerged that rates athletes during the pre-draft process on a scale from 0 to 10, factoring in height, weight, measurable attributes, and athletic testing either in Indianapolis or at Pro Days. An interesting trend has emerged. Since 2020, the Eagles have only selected 1 player with a RES below 8 in the first 4 rounds. Since 2022, 17 of 18 RES-eligible players drafted by the team have scored 8 or above. The Eagles' top 3 picks in each of the last 2 drafts all made pre-draft visits. So when running draft simulations or evaluating potential targets, those 2 elements, RES scores and top 30 visits, are key to track. Which players meet those criteria this year? Here are 11 prospects who fit both categories ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft. Donovan Jackson from Ohio State, a guard/tackle. Jalen Travis from Iowa State, showing versatility on the line. Josh Connerly, an offensive tackle who stood out against Penn State. Abdul Carter from Oregon, a star in the Big Ten championship. TJ Sanders, a defensive lineman who could play inside. Donovan Isaku from South Carolina, with slightly lower RAS but great tape. Tyler Barron, an edge rusher from Miami. Kobe King, linebacker from Penn State, just over the RAS threshold. Maxwell Hairston, a 4.3 runner and cornerback from Kentucky. Jacob Parrish from Kansas State, a smaller corner likely to play nickel. Trey Amos from Mississippi, another 4.3 to 4.4 runner. And Jalen Reed, a safety from Penn State. It's entirely plausible that one or more of these players will become Eagles, either through pre-draft visits or elite athletic profiles. The team values face-to-face interactions, which is why Nick Sirianni was spotted at the NFL Combine earlier this year in Indianapolis. He emphasized how important these decisions are. Though he didn't say it outright, there's a lot of investment behind each pick. Getting a feel for a player's personality through direct conversation is critical. The Eagles clearly prioritize players who can perform on the field, targeting elite talents from high-level programs in top conferences who shine in big games. That approach has been a cornerstone of Philly's recent draft success. There's a lot of intriguing info coming out from the team and those covering it. Stay tuned for more updates on social media, where we'll continue sharing valuable content. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. What if the Philadelphia Eagles could secure a dominant offensive line prospect without having to wait for the draft? Recent whispers in the NFL world suggest that the Eagles may be preparing to make a bold move for Cooper Beebe, the rising star from the Dallas Cowboys. Beebe, a powerhouse center with an impressive collegiate resume, is reportedly at the top of the Eagles' list as they look to strengthen their already formidable offensive line. Could this potential trade be the missing piece in the Eagles' championship puzzle? The 2023 All-American was a key player for the Kansas State Wildcats, earning widespread recognition for his stellar performance on the field. Throughout his college career, Beebe proved to be more than just a reliable player. He became a force. After starting all 13 games in 2021 and securing first-team All-Big 12 honors, Beebe's talents only grew stronger, and his inclusion as a finalist for the prestigious Outland Trophy in 2023 solidified his standing as one of the nation's premier offensive linemen. His proven skill set makes him a highly sought-after commodity, and the Eagles are now reportedly willing to pursue him in a trade with their division rivals, the Cowboys. Dallas, however, may not be eager to part ways with Beebe, given his crucial role in their offensive line success. The Cowboys are known for nurturing their homegrown talent, and losing a player of Beebe's caliber could be a significant setback. Still, with the right offer on the table, the Eagles could tempt the Cowboys into a deal that benefits both sides. The prospect of acquiring a seasoned, All-American center who has already proven himself at the highest level would undoubtedly elevate Philadelphia's offensive line to new heights. For the Eagles, the acquisition of Beebe could be a game-changer. With an aging roster and a window to compete for a Super Bowl title rapidly closing, the team is focused on maximizing every opportunity to strengthen their roster. Beebe would not only provide a steady anchor for the Eagles' offensive line, but also bring a much-needed physical presence to an already impressive front five. As a versatile player with both college accolades and big-game experience, Beebe would seamlessly fit into the Eagles' scheme, allowing them to push further toward a dominant offensive line for the coming seasons. Cooper Beebe isn't just another promising lineman. He's the kind of player coaches dream about. With elite footwork, tremendous lower body strength, and a relentless motor, Beebe has the rare combination of power and finesse that separates great linemen from good ones. His ability to read defensive formations and adjust protection schemes in real time makes him a natural leader on the line, a skill that stood out during his time at Kansas State. Whether in pass protection or run blocking, Beebe consistently won his matchups, showing both the grit and technique needed to thrive at the pro level. One of Beebe's most underrated qualities is his versatility. Though he primarily played at center, he's proven capable of sliding across the line, performing effectively at both guard and tackle when needed. That kind of flexibility is exactly what NFL teams covet in today's game, where injuries and adjustments can force rapid changes. For a team like the Eagles, who have always valued depth and adaptability in the trenches, Beebe's plug-and-play potential is a major asset. He brings not just talent, but also insurance and peace of mind. It's no surprise then that head coach Nick Sirianni personally pushed for Beebe's acquisition. Known for his hands-on approach and detailed involvement in roster construction, Sirianni reportedly identified Beebe as a key target early in the offseason. According to team insiders, Sirianni was impressed not only by Beebe's tape, but also by his leadership qualities and work ethic, hallmarks of the kind of player he wants in the Eagles' locker room. Sirianni sees Beebe as a long-term solution, someone who can uphold the Eagles' physical identity while growing into a cornerstone of the offensive line. Bringing in a player like Beebe also sends a message to the rest of the NFC. The Eagles are not standing still. They're hunting for every edge, every upgrade, and every opportunity to get better, even if that means trading with a direct rival like Dallas. Beebe's blend of youth, pedigree, and professional mindset makes him a perfect fit for Sirianni's system, and if the trade goes through, it could go down as one of the smartest moves of the offseason. As the offseason continues to unfold, the Eagles' interest in Cooper Beebe represents an exciting potential shift in the NFC East power dynamics. If the trade does go through, it could have a profound impact on both teams, solidifying Philadelphia's offensive line while leaving the Cowboys with a tough decision to make. Fans across the league will be watching closely as this story develops, wondering if the Eagles can pull off yet another move to secure their place at the top of the NFC. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.